Babble with Ben.
All right, welcome to the podcast, Kris Harris, my first ever guest. Thanks for making it, man. Thanks for making it.
That's all right.
Have you recovered from the spicy cough, man?
Man, I'm dying. I don't know if you can hear it right now, but my nose feels like someone's done this, and you can't tell the difference because it's not making a difference.
Yeah, I can't hear a difference at all with that. How did you go? Was it every bit as bad as people said, or do you reckon you had a?
No, it was just like, all right, sit in bed, watch Naruto, watch anime, watch YouTube. Don't care about life for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then go, yeah, you know what, maybe I'll pick up the saxophone, do stuff. And then it was the easiest thing in my life, coming out of it and going, I have to apply myself now.
Yeah.
This hurts.
Involuntary week and a half off, hey?
Yeah, well, it was very needed. I needed that.
Because you had a gig last night, didn't you? Because you must be well enough if you're able to play back on stage again.
Well, I was actually there with my mate. I was watching him play, and I was going to get up with him.
Oh, this is Sam Arm's gig with Nature Club. Is that the name
Nature
of the
Club,
band?
that's
yeah.
Or
Cool.
Nature Tribe. I can't remember 100%, but one of those.
They were playing at Bar Open, wasn't it?
Bar
last
Open,
night?
yeah.
Yeah.
There was this kick-off of their Australian tour. They're going up from here to Sydney.
Yep.
And somewhere in New South Wales and up to Brisbane and Queensland, then coming back down again, but I'm not sure where the back down is or if they're just going to hightail it in.
Sounds pretty good. I have to admit, I'd be a bit jealous doing a tour like that.
Go. No, you go.
You're playing tonight, though, aren't you? I mean, the people. Look, this podcast will be out next week, so they won't be able to join it. But you are playing tonight. What do you want to tell me about the gig you're doing tonight?
Yeah, so it's the single launch of Liam Morton's.
Yep.
Hot Girl Boy Summer.
Yep.
And it's a little bit of a take on what did he say to me? He said like walked out after the massive lockdown, I think it was the last massive lockdown. And he could hear people cheering in the streets, people drinking on the beach, loud music happening everywhere. And it just inspired him. That night he went back in, wrote the song, and just went, you know what? It's summer again. It's hot girl summer and it's hot boy summer. Here we go. Melbourne's alive again. Let's go. That's pretty much the song's about.
Because lockdown was a bummer, wasn't it? That's the lyric I remember.
Lockdown was a bummer. Oh no, hang on. But now we're out, so we shout. Hot girl summer. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Won't to spoil it, but go to his Spotify, Liam Morton.
Morton?
Morton. No.
Yeah, cool.
Morton.
And you played saxophone on that single, didn't you?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was the first ever release thing I've ever done, so I was really exciting, but nerve-wracking as well because it's not mine, it's Liam's. If I mess it up, he's gonna look at me like, "Come on, man. Give me something. There's a reason why you're here. Come on."
Well, he must be pretty happy if he's getting you to play on stage with you tonight, hey?
Yeah, I think we're all, especially with Darren Chia and Connor Roberts, I think he's really, and especially with him, we've just played with each other for so long, we're kind of gelling really well at the moment. Like the last couple of gigs, except for the Evelyn was a bit quiet on the Thursday, but the last couple of gigs have been going off. Like, people have just been really enjoying it. And some of them are just, completely random people who we've never seen before. They're not our mates. Usually our mates get up and have a dance, but some people just getting up and going, hey, this is cool. I want to be a part of this. And then they start, kicking tables over by accident and all the shenanigans.
As long as you guys still get paid, that's fine.
Oh, as long as we don't have to pay, a bond or something, yeah.
Oh, I think if you had to pay a bond for every gig, depending on how the crowd behaved, that would be chaos.
Oh God, I wouldn't want to be part of this industry if that was the case. I already didn't want to at schoolies when you had to pay the $200 bond. Going, I'm never getting that back. Something's gonna get broken. Shit, something did get broken, but we somehow went, oh no, that was there beforehand.
Or that wasn't there beforehand.
Yeah.
Where's the gig tonight?
Gig tonight's at Bad Decisions on Johnston Street, 46 Johnston Street. I don't know what it was before.
Oh, we were talking about that before, weren't we?
Yeah, we had.
I feel like it might have either been laundry or a goat bar, or something
chocolate.
like that.
I think my stepmom said chocolate lounge bar or something like that. Or in that area.
With a KH, that would have been a very long time ago.
Well, it would have been a very long time ago if my stepmom and dad could remember it. It doesn't exist
Simone,
anymore.
hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Simone.
Oh, good. And so, how long have you been playing saxophone for now? Because you're pretty good at it.
Been playing since, I reckon I started it in year 10.
Yeah.
But I've always had clarinet since year 7.
Yeah,
and I don't really get a chance to play the poor thing. It's been very neglected. But yeah, since year 10, and I've played the wide range of alto, tenor, barry. Tried to play soprano, didn't particularly like it. Felt like Kenny G just a little bit too much.
Careless whisper, yeah.
Although I've been watching some of his interviews, and he's going, yeah, the reason why I do this, you know why the reason I do this? It's because I love it when the jazz cats hate it. Because I'm making, not that he didn't say making money, but I know that what I'm doing, they hate. So that's why I do it. because he does this whole story where he was completely cut from the jazz scene because he just wasn't, in New York, it's way too competitive over there. And he's like, you know what? David Bowie's doing something with this other guy. Why don't I try and find the next big pop star and make his track a hit? Bang, Careless Whisper.
Careless Whisper, there it goes, man. Like, so you started with clarinet, and I mean, you don't really see the clarinet at quite so many rowdy bar gigs, so I can sort of see why you've switched to saxophone.
Well, yeah, and it's coming, even saxophone's been coming back in the last, not even decade, I reckon 5 years or so. People are kind of going, yeah, let's bring back the old 70s and 80s stuff. Like a lot of the old Aussie rock's coming back too. Like you listen to Triple J and everything, it's just really, it's glam rock, but it's still got a bit of heaviness to it.
Well, there was a joke someone made the other day. If you look at the Byron Bay Blues Fest lineup, right, it's something like Midnight Oil, Jimmy Barnes,
everything but
Crowded
blues.
House.
Yeah.
It could have been from the late 80s or 90s, right? And it's sort of like everything old is new again, isn't it? Like,
it's funny how they're having a blues fest and there's not a single blues. Well, I reckon the smaller acts are blues, but the big acts that everyone are going to want to go see aren't.
Yeah. I guess when they're charging Blues Fest prices, they can't just have. They well, because blues, it's not really in fashion, is it, for amongst the youth today?
If you want blues, you got to go back to the 40s. You got to go back to the old. You got to go back to Dixie, back in New Orleans, when those African American artists were talking about slavery in their songs, and going back to like. You see in all the old cartoons where they have the stereotypical like Black Americans singing their like songs in picking cotton and things like that. That's all where it started. They all started singing hymns and chimes, and they'd all start singing about like pretty much what's happening in front of them, the oppression.
Yeah,
and that's where blues started, man. It was back in Dixie, right before. You got Dixieland jazz and everything. Like, that's blues, not the Elvis Presley. Not saying it's bad music, but that's old school rock and roll. But the blues, you got to go back to the 40s, and I don't think many of those artists are alive at the moment.
From the 40s, you would be surprised. I know a few people. I know one or two people born in the 30s, but yeah, they are thinning out, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Which is it? Well, who's doing blues now? Who's like trying to?
Well, C.W. Stone King, I noticed was on the lineup there. And I'm pretty sure he's a bluesy sort of guy.
Absolutely, I reckon. Who else? There's a few in America that are trying to bring it back. Like Kamasi's doing this weird fusion thing that's really got a bit of a. It's more heaviness in jazz, but there's a lot of blues elements in his playing. And that's kind of where it's all come through, Artist looks at artist, learns his language, and then the next generation looks at him, and the next generation looks at them. So it's all kind of changing a bit. His is really cool, but
you're a bit of a fan of Kamasi Washington, you?
Oh, if I could buy his record, that's like how many hours? I think it's like 15 hours of music on it.
15 hours of music?
Yeah, I think each song on average is about 7 minutes.
Wow. That's crazy. That's absolutely because I was with my friend Matt Steele, and we actually went and saw Kamasi Washington at the Forum. Oh gosh, I don't know. It must have been certainly before COVID, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And yeah, just absolutely mind blowing. So good. And Thundercat played bass as well. So
Yeah, those two used to go to school together, funnily enough.
yeah.
Those two have been like jamming since they were in nappies, almost. Like, those guys have completely honed each other's chops. And they're such different artists as well. Kamasi's so laid back, whereas Thundercat's way more, edgy. Give me it, yeah.
Give me those cat ears, man. Give me those cat ears. Who would you say your musical heroes are? So we've got Kamasi up there.
Oh,
Who else
definitely,
has been a huge
definitely got
influence?
Cat Empire. I'm
Yep.
kind of wearing their merch at the moment.
Are
I
you?
forgot my hat, funnily enough.
Oh, another blues fest.
Now the
Another
Blues Fest, yeah.
yeah.
No, that's the reason why I think I'm going.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that was a big reason you pushed us to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because of course, to the listeners at home, we are actually going to go to Blues Fest, and we'll do a quick little podcast from there, depending on the scenario.
Depending on how sober we are, and we can actually work computers.
We'll just pass around the iPhone. Just do a half an hour voice memo, mate. Oof.
Oh, that'd be all right. Oh, we should interview people. We should just go.
We should.
What do you think about Blues Fest so far? What if you had to go on a date with one person that's headlining tonight? Who would it be?
And
I'd
what's
be
your answer?
It's either Felix or Harry. I know.
Why not
Ollie.
both? Ollie? Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
Ollie.
Well, who's the sax? Who plays brass in Cat Empire?
Oh God, I only know Ross because Ross
Yep.
is the only one that's been there since day dot. Harry plays. I think it's Ross. Harry plays trumpet in it and sings.
Yep.
The trombonist, I don't know his name, and that's pretty much the only three that really hang around. They've had my teacher, funnily enough, at uni.
Oh, it's Carlo Barbaro.
Barbaro, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he used to do a few of their tours back in the day, and then recently did the one in Melbourne. The baritone player, I don't know his name. I tried to search him up, couldn't find anything. It's probably because I'm bad at researching things, but that's okay. But not even like those guys. I reckon Ollie was the first musical love, like genuinely, because of the piano playing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
100%. And as well as the drums. The piano and the drums and Harry were the reason why I stuck around with Cat Empire. Because, like, Harry had these outlandish scats
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to flex his chops, which, like, there is a time and place to flex. And it definitely was in those recordings.
Yeah.
Ollie's insane playing. Like, he's just on another planet. And
Yeah.
not being, like, rude or anything. He's just genuinely on a different planet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's just-
Totally.
He's got things in his head that he can hear that other people can't. And the drummer's just like, I think his name's Ryan. Ryan might be the bassist though, or William. He's just one of those guys that just brings the whole band together. He's so far back, you never get to see his face all the time. But when he stops playing, it's like you hear it.
Yeah,
It's like the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
drive of the engine has just stopped for a little bit. And it's like, oh, are we going on to a next song? Oh, it's just like a break and then back into it again, solos. Here we go. Like whatever happens that he does, it always drives the engine forward in that band. It's amazing. And same with the bass player. Like those guys have been my musical love for 21 years and I'm turning 22 this year. So like... I actually had the other night. I was just couldn't sleep, so I was thinking to myself, how many songs in each album do I reckon I could get? I reckon at least 5. I started listing him off, and I reckon there was one album I couldn't do.
Oh, really? Where you couldn't name every single song in
and I
order?
Oh, in order is a different challenge.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Could I do that? I know Sly's the first one in Two Shoes. It's either Chariot or How to Explain's first on Hello.
Well, we won't go through them all quite.
No,
Chris.
we might run out of time. I'll be here all day talking about
Oh,
them.
I
Seriously.
can tell you. Well, who else would you consider your influences? I know I have helped you with a recital where we were playing a David Sanborn song.
He was really interesting because he was my first look into that fusion side of music. And from there, I found Bob Burke, who I was really not amazingly into, but, you know, if I saw a video of him playing on YouTube, I go, okay, bang. praise.
Yeah.
Inspiration or desperation going, why can't I play like him? Or like, oh, I'm going to work hard to play like him. Sometimes it's like, it's a bit of a con, the old motivation, because sometimes you go, oh yeah, I'm going to get to that level, or I'm never going to get to that level.
What do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you got to make your own path, man. Make your own, which you're doing. I mean, if you're getting the gigs regularly, you're playing with Liam, you're playing with Cosmo Blue, I think, as well.
I'm trying to get in with them.
Yeah,
Charlie's keeping me on standby at the moment
Yep.
because he's actually going to Europe, so Cosmo Blue might just pause for a bit.
Yep.
They've been gigging every week as well. I think they've got one this weekend. Not at the Evelyn. I think it's somewhere down Bayside, but I'm not 100% sure. Sorry, I've got my blocked nose is just really doing my head in. We've got
We'll try to edit it out in post.
trying to in post, yeah. I'm trying to do it in the silences so you can just go cut. There we go.
One of these days I'll invest in a mute button where you can just press dum,
Oh,
and
that'd
have
be
a,
good.
a cough button, I think they
Oh.
call it. I've been checking out
laughing track, so we make jokes.
I've been checking out Joe Rogan's setup, of course, because he's a big influence for me on starting this. Yeah, that's crazy how like you've got that little button and the headphone thing as well. So,
Yeah.
but baby steps. I think this is
Yeah,
this
just
is
be careful
doing the
with
job.
him. Just be careful with him because he's known to just like suck up a lot to very nasty people.
Really? What is
Well,
your experience with this?
I watched a video where so this feminist comes on,
Yep.
and then nothing against this chick, but she was going like,
Oh,
I hate
watch
it.
out.
I hate it when men, completely ignore everything and don't try to understand our issues and don't try. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? Fair enough. There's a lot of ignorance in the world.
Yep.
And then she does a 180 and goes, but if you're a man and have problems, just shut the fuck up. I'm like,
That doesn't sound very fair, does it?
you had me on your boat and now you've lost me again. You had me there. It's like, oh, you have a fair point. Oh, you're just doing this for clout. What you're doing is you're just trying to get your name out there so you get fame. Okay, you actually don't care. You actually have no interest in the feminist side of anything. You're just here for some popularity. That's all it is.
I think you can get that in both sides of the fence, hey. But it seems like, look, it seems like as long as you, what's the golden rule? You treat people the way that you expect to be treated, hey.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you're Joe Rogan, you're not going to go out there and slander the person that you've invited on your podcast. Hey, you're going to agree with them and try and look good.
I think, well, look, he's a smart man. He's a businessman. You know what I mean. You don't
Dude,
you don't win arguments by yelling at people. I think.
Dude, he's like, I reckon you won't be the only podcast that started because of Joe Rogan. Like, he's done something right. He's done something incredibly right.
It's I know it's an inspiration, and I mean, look, I certainly don't agree with everything he says, but
Oh, but that's the whole
it
point
is-
of it, though,
that's the
isn't it?
whole point. Yeah. I mean, I think a little bit of controversy certainly hasn't hurt ratings for some people. That's for sure.
Oh, what was the other one? Keemstar. He was the OG.
Keemstar, I never.
He was the OG king of talk shit, get hit.
Yeah. Oh, really?
He DDoSed people for fun, man. Like he was.
Yeah.
He was the first internet gangster, I reckon. He was just like, I have everyone's information and I'm not afraid to fucking use it.
Distributed denial of service. Wow, it's pretty
Yeah.
full on stuff, man. Have you?
He got into huge trouble, but then like after a while he went, okay, I apologize, but I'm not going to change. And people were like, oh, okay, I can subscribe to that. That's cool.
What other internet celebrities do you find yourself gravitating towards recently?
Oh, I just watch reruns of Naruto and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like
You
who we
are a
got?
huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yeah, it's so bad. So
In fact,
there's
you're wearing a Are you doing? No, you're not wearing a
no,
Dragon
it's
Ball
not.
Z.
It is Japanese though.
Yep.
It is Japanese. I don't know. I got it in. What's the mountain over there? Fuji, Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji.
There was a
Cool.
little store,
Hmm.
and obviously it was just a merchandise shop. It's like, oh, you've been to Mount Fuji. Well, like what we've got here at Mount Buller. Welcome to Mount Buller, or the Mount
Yeah.
Buller tops. It's probably a similar. It could not be also, but I actually don't know what it says, so I'm not going to pretend.
Yeah.
And one of my mates
Google
tried.
Translate would be able to do it, wouldn't it? If you put your Google Lens
I
or
did
something
that,
on it.
and
Yeah.
then I think it's Charlie who goes to Box Hill that we went to school with.
Mm.
He's Japanese, and he was
Yep.
reading it. He's like, "Yeah, nah, I'm not going to tell you what it says just to piss you off, but your iPhone's wrong."
Oh.
And I was like, oh, "Okay, well,
no.
I had high hopes for no reason." unfortunately.
So when did you go to Japan? I know it was just before COVID, wasn't it?
January
Yeah, yeah.
2020.
Did you feel when you were in Japan? Because I mean, in Australia, COVID was one of those things that was happening. It was one of those. It's like the chicken flu, not the chicken flu, the bird flu or something like that. It was sort of something that was happening a long way away, and it might be a problem for us, but it never eventuated it. What did it feel like in Japan? Did you feel like were people getting nervous? Were people wearing masks when you were in Japan?
Well,
or-
here's the funny thing about Japan. They wear masks regardless. They
Yeah.
were wearing masks. I dare say decades before COVID or any of them were like SARS or
That's the one,
bird flu or what was that disease with the like? There's always like some sort of disease some animal gives off that like we always get like we're not sure what it's gonna do.
There's tons of
Tons
them.
of that.
Yeah.
But they always wear masks because they've got 127 million people on the smallest, like the island the size of Tasmania. Pretty much.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think it's actually the size of Tasmania, but like you could
Stretched out. Yeah.
stretched out. Yeah, I reckon you could fit. Just taking a stab at it, I reckon you could fit about 200 Japans in one Australia.
Yeah.
Like, and they've got triple our population in it.
And
Like,
so they
that's-
have a good mask culture, you were saying.
They've
yeah?
got good hygiene culture.
Yeah.
They're all about, okay, germs.
no handshakes even.
Oh, no. Oh, handshakes.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, but it's like, yeah, hand sanitizer, wash hands. They're not like their public bathrooms. Clean as-
bidets.
The
The
bidets,
Japanese
yeah.
bidet culture. It's like, oh, yep.
It's a bit
warm
weird.
water.
I tried it. It's a bit weird. I didn't quite grasp it. But, like, clean public areas.
Yeah.
Not a lot of litter.
Yep.
No one drives.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
when you get further out, you start going, okay, I can see why they've got once your car gets to 150,000 Ks, you must get rid of it.
Really? 150,000?
Because they can sit in, I think, what's the stat? I don't know the stat, but I think the traffic over there in some areas is really messed up.
Yeah.
There's just that many people trying to get in and out of the city, like especially Tokyo. Inside
Tokyo's
Tokyo,
crazy, yeah.
inside Tokyo, there's 50 pedestrians to one car.
Yeah.
But get outside of Tokyo, get outside the range of their subway system. That's where the traffic starts. I went to go see a mate in
I get you.
Shinjuku.
Like the suburbs almost, or the
Yeah,
outer suburbs.
outer suburbs,
fringe,
like
yeah.
the Brunswick to our
Yeah.
CBD. You get to
Craigieburn
those
sort
areas,
of,
the Craigieburn sort of, yeah. Once you get to those areas, it's like you're backed up for hours and you have no choice. There's no back roads. There's nothing.
Yeah.
You just got to wait it out.
And no subway either, because the subway was pretty good. I went in 2006, which, it's crazy. Because I mean, that's.
And
I
even
imagine
their
it was
trains. Even their trains are brilliant. They're always on time. Like, where's this in
Oh,
Australia?
was there that famous story where one time a train was 5 minutes late in Japan and the driver got out and apologised to the passengers or something? Or,
Yeah.
Or the network issued an apology, whereas in Australia it'd be like,
Suck
you
it
should
up.
be lucky you got here with 5 minutes within the time, because it's just. I grew up in Melton, and I remember in the late 90s, if you were trying to get home on the train on a Sunday, you had maybe 4 services, and like if you missed one, it was a 3-hour wait in Spencer Street station, which is a different beast to Southern Cross. Like Spencer Street was grim. Was grim.
Southern Cross is actually not too bad now.
Southern Cross, it still has that funny, like I always find it, because it's covered and it has diesel trains, I find it always has a little bit of a smell of diesel, but.
Oh, it definitely does. You're not wrong with that. Absolutely. Have we gone off topic a little bit? What were we talking about before this?
What was the topic? Well, we were talking about look, we could talk about anything you want, Chris.
Oh, cool. Karina Penner has got
Yes.
a gig on the 28th at the Retreat, I believe, or
Yes.
Colour. I'm not 100% sure. I reckon I'll have to send
We'll put
you
it
the
on. We'll
oh,
put it on the Instagram. We'll put
Yeah.
it on the Instagram. We'll make sure.
And I think it's it's just a little bit of a fun thing for her. Before
Yeah.
she wants, I think the goal is to try and write an EP or a single for her
Yep.
and release something. But at the moment, she's just getting her bearings. She's in Slurm as well. She's the pianist in Cosmo Blue.
Ah, yep.
And yeah, it's all kind of going together for a lot of people. Like,
Yeah.
it's all gone crazy. It's weird.
That's great. Well, Karina's actually coming on the show. So she's
there we
booked
go.
in. She's booked in, I think, in the next week or so. So yeah, that's exciting to
She'll
have
be in.
happening as
She'll
well.
be in. And yeah, what else is coming up? No idea really. It's all just kind of up in the air. It's good that Melbourne's got gigs back.
It's strange, isn't it? Coming back after COVID. I mean, we were in this position last year where we were down at COVID 0, and we were all thinking, "Oh, yep, that's the end of COVID. We don't have to worry." And then, of course, there was a different strain, and there were lockdowns, and it was all a bit traumatic. We thought we were in the clear, and then it ended up going south again. And I feel a little bit that way now. I'm kind of like, okay, well, it's all good now. We're all, anyone who wants to be vaccinated is vaccinated. But if there was, there's no guarantee there's not going to be another variant, or so I'm
Yeah.
fingers crossed that this
Fingers
winter
crossed.
is not going to be, because I certainly struggled during lockdown.
I think, and
definitely.
I don't think you're the only one, man. Like, seriously, I used to be the most active person in my life. Like, I'd be doing 4 different types of trainings every week, and then playing to a football game and a basketball game.
Mm.
After COVID, I have no motivation to do anything. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel that. I feel so unenergized and kind of shit.
It was grim, wasn't it? Because, I mean, it wasn't like the sporting games where you couldn't go training. The sporting games weren't on. I mean, what was that last year? We still had that 5-kilometre rule, or maybe it was 10 kilometres?
5 and 10. It went from 5 to 10. Like, we couldn't see each other for a walk in the park instead of a drink in the... I mean, we weren't doing anything.
We would have brought a hip flask, surely.
Hip flask, yeah, we probably did. Can't
But
remember. Or a chicken joint.
I remember maybe whenever I think it was September something. It was sometime last year. I remember because I live in Richmond, and so I'm not 5 kilometres from a beach, and I'm probably about 90 kilometres from a really nice beach. I remember getting back into the ocean around Port Campbell, because I love the surf coast. I really do enjoy going down there, and just what a religious experience it was to get back in the ocean after being locked down, because there's just this disconnect, wasn't it, from the things that we loved.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to the first footy match since 2019, I think.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, since the first lockdown. I think it's Collingwood versus St Kilda. So 2 of my mates are Collingwood and one of my mates St Kilda. So we thought that's the first one in the round. That's like either of our teams playing. Let's go to that one.
Oh, see, it's all the normal things coming back that you just sort of you took it for granted for so long, and then when you go back to it, it's like, oh, this is great.
I can't wait to get drunk and yell shit at umpires, even though they don't deserve it and probably made the right decision. I don't care.
You're not a Pies fan? Who do you go for?
Richmond. So
Richmond?
I'm
you
sure.
do too.
I'm sure
yeah.
I can hear I can hear the groans happening in the audience. Boo! But it was a surreal thing. 2017, 2019, and 2020. Like never thought seen Richmond get into the finals like 3 separate years.
It was a big deal, wasn't it?
And all get kicked out. It's like, I'm going to be 40 before I see the first premiership. My team sucks. And then the year after, it's like, oh, we won. We won.
The Demons won as well. Was that
Dude,
last year? The Demons won. People were very excited about that.
Like 2016, Bulldogs
That's
took
right.
out
that
their
was the start of it.
32-year finals drought, and then Richmond their 36.
Yep.
I think D's were in the 30s as well, or late 20s. I'm not too sure about that one.
Oh, I can't remember the last D's final.
It definitely wasn't in the 20th century. Well, sorry, it definitely wasn't in the 21st century.
Yeah, 20 years plus. Hey.
Yeah, and and then who's next? I think
it's got to be St Kilda.
St Kilda,
St Kilda's a long way away from a flag.
I was going to say Fremantle, but I don't think Fremantle's been in the league long enough. Because I think they were 2008. I have no idea.
Because there's definitely some teams that have never had a flag, have they?
St Kilda,
Yeah.
GWS.
Yep.
GWS has been in one.
Yep.
Uh,
The Lions have got one, haven't they?
Lions have got a few actually. Yeah,
I remember when they were the Fitzroy Lions. son.
Fitzroy Lions. Yeah, my dad would as well.
You still see some Fitzroy Lions stickers around the place. don't you?
Yeah.
Old
And you've
school.
got there was who was it? Not Barry Hall. What's the other guy that was playing in the same area? Something Brown. Anyway, Jonathan Brown. There we go. Jonathan Brown won. Like I think there was 3 premierships he was part of. Like he started the whole. Hey, Brisbane's going to start winning again. Here we go. Bang. 2003, 2004, 2006, I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Not the greatest fully big brain, but...
You're doing all right for
I'm doing
someone
all right.
that's recovering from an illness.
Yeah, there's a lot of restrictions going in the head. I'm actually wondering, am I going to be able to breathe tonight in the in the performance? Go, oh, hang on. It's not. That's more mucus than air. Hang on, give me a second.
Oh, thanks for that graphic detail to our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone needs to know my pain and suffering right now. That's how I roll.
Well, Kris, it's been a pleasure having you on. So you're playing tonight at Bad Decisions. Have you got any other gigs coming up in the near future, like preferably after this podcast comes out? So people can know
next
about
time,
it?
definitely April 28th, I think is Karina. I
Yeah,
might be
awesome.
doing something again with Harry Broom.
Yes.
Not 100% sure
Gary
with
Mop,
it.
yeah.
Gary Mop, yeah, sorry, Harry. He started it. Harry kind of came up to me and went, hey, we might be doing some shit, man.
Yep.
Like, I'd love to jam with you. It's been a while. I'm like, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well,
And
look,
then,
when you got it out, we'll put it on the Insta page. Yeah.
yeah, I'll make, yeah, absolutely. I think so. And it's brilliant that you're doing this again, man. Like, this is so cool. This is so cool.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Cool. All right. So you are on Hot Boy, Hot Girl Summer by Liam as well. So check that out on Spotify. We've got the gig tonight. As always, thanks everybody for tuning in and having a listen to the very first podcast. And cool. We'll catch you around.
No worries. See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Cheers.